Thanks for tuning in. It's me, Martin
Lisa.
Kerr, and him, Paul Woida. And we are celebrating tonight because we have a new song coming out tonight in 12 minutes. And we're hoping, against hope, that you will listen to it with us and get on down and boogie to it and really enjoy it and hang out for a few minutes and tell us what you think. And we'll tell you a bit about ourselves and how this song came to be. Hey, Barb. Hey, Chrissa. Hey, Wanda. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi,
Really
Chrissa.
So yeah, we have a new song coming out, and it's called "Feel Every Moment." And this seems like a perfect song for summer and for coming out of all these limitations and restrictions that we've been living under for so long. I think we've had to learn to appreciate what we have within ourselves and in our homes and in our communities close to home. And if we can take that awareness and that appreciation out into the world as a whole, as we re-emerge, I think that would be a really great thing. What do you reckon, Paul?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy time for everybody.
Yeah, and it was kind of well-timed lockdown for you in terms of you were taking a break from performing anyway, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was like it couldn't have happened like the 2019 I sang myself to death. So like Martin, you actually know how to sing. So
I can let my voice out though, man, and I'm right there with you. Paul's like the only guy that does as many shows as I do.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember the days you'd be on vocal rest too. I'd be with you and Martin, and you'd be like,
with me and Anthony,
I'm tired, or yeah, you and Anthony, you'd be like, I'm high, like you'd be writing things down.
Yeah.
But
so you played so many shows that you lost your voice, huh?
Well, you know, what I was gonna say is like I don't know how to sing really properly. I was supporting it wrong. Like I was supporting from here instead of like the big muscle, and like after so many shows, I would lose my voice. And I'd be like, oh, that's normal, right? And then one day it just didn't come back. It always came back, but then one day it just like I was like I'm in serious trouble. And then the pandemic came, and then I was able to like I was seeing, as you know, all of my gigs. I was booked through the whole year, and I was seeing them just vanish. All of my gigs. It was because of the pandemic. And my feeling, other than like, what am I going to do, was okay, good. It was like this weird double, like I'm freaking out, but I'm also
kind of relieved.
Yeah, because I haven't taken a break in like 10 years.
Yeah,
so it's like you get it. So then
I totally get it. When you're an independent musician, you take every gig you can get.
Yes.
And because you're such a nice guy, Paul, when they say one more song, you give them 10 and you stay there, right?
How do you get out of that? Can you give me a tip? Like I am too much of a like people pleaser.
Having a wife to get home to is a really good excuse to get out of there.
Yeah.
But totally. you could just tell them that you have a wife to get home to, and that would avoid some awkward conversations as well. So you're a very honest man, I know, Paul.
What I've been doing at gigs, because that's been happening, and it like it's kind of a downer. They'll be like, one more song.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, last time I did this, I almost completely devastated my voice, and everyone's like, oh.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's a couple ways I do it. One is I just say, "That's my show, folks. Thank you so much for having me." Like off stage, you know.
But nice. That's actually really smart.
And often before that, I will say, "This one is the encore. There's no wings for me to hide in, so we're going to skip straight to the encore." And then they feel heard. But
see,
we're giving away secrets here.
You actually have legit shows, though. For me, it's just like. For me, it's like I don't have them in any way like set lists or anything. I'm like reading people and like, okay, I'll do this one and I'll do this one, and then
I know.
I'm like,
yeah, and I think it's so easy to get carried away in the moment of pleasing the people, and they're having such a great time. But I do find it's diminishing returns as the evening goes on. It's better to leave.
Dude, you have it down where it's like.
So Barb says, "Get a wife, Paul."
I know. I read that. I'm dying. I miss you, Barb.
Wow. So this song, Paul, we wrote this song quite a while ago, actually, at the beginning of 2020, even before the lockdown happened. I think you were my first collaboration in the studio for this album.
And my voice was like scary at that point. So you were
Yeah.
there. I came back after we tracked, but
Yeah. So when we were writing this song, your falsetto was delicate, but
that's all I could do.
You just layered it up, Bee Gees style.
Exactly.
So my mother-in-law loves this song, and her mum, that's my kid's great-grandma, who's 95, says this is her favorite song that I put out.
I love that so much.
And they both say it sounds like the Bee Gees in the chorus. And you wrote the melody for the chorus. That was all you. And then we put lyrics to it. That was really cool, because that's a melody that I never would have reached for, because it's quite high above what I would usually go for in a chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was actually a 4-way collaboration. You and me are obviously the handsome faces on it, but there's two other handsome faces behind the scenes, Brandon Eunice and Brad Simons, who were our studio wizards that wrote this song with us. And there's this really weird slappy, clappy, clicky rhythm that comes off the top, which I never would have come up with. Brandon kind of laid that down, and we had this little offbeat guitar thing happening. So it should get your head popping. Well, I really love the message behind this song, though, and it came from all 4 of us, really. And it seems really, really appropriate for right now, because one of my favorite things to do is to go on adventures, to travel the world, to see new places, to try new things, to meet new people. And that really makes me feel alive. When I'm seeing things for the first time. I can't remember who said it. The real journey lies not in seeing new places, but in having new eyes. That's one of my favorite quotes.
Ooh, I like that.
To see the world with new eyes. But seeing new places makes you feel like you have new eyes. At least it does to me. And I've always had this curiosity to want to see the whole world since I was a little kid. And this is the first time in my life that I haven't traveled for over a year.
Wow.
I've always been going somewhere every time I got the chance. And I know you love to travel too. You're always jetting off to interesting places where you get invited to play concerts.
Yep.
Can you tell us about 1 or 2 of your favorite trips ever?
By far, it's China. So I went to China with the most amazing group, like you can imagine. So there's this amazing group called Young Leaders, and it's out of Edmonton. And it's this woman named Carla, and she's like one of the most incredible humans you'll ever meet. She would put on a conference and sell out the Northlands Expo, like 4,000 high school kids, and they put on this tour, and we went from Shanghai to Beijing and this place called Qingdao, and it was with the most unbelievable, inspiring speakers, and we all just were like very similarly minded, and like coming home from that trip, I was like, it was like withdrawal. I was like, oh, life was that way. That would be amazing. And it was the most incredible trip. And it was the first time I'd been overseas. So it was really? Like double. Yeah. Cause I'm like, you've been obviously you're from there. So it was my first time doing it. It was in Asia. And so it was unreal. Yeah.
Well, we had that in common, because one of my favorite journeys of all time for sure was in China, and I actually spent almost 3 years traveling around China from when I was 18 to 21. And that's where I met Laura, my wife, for the first time. We actually got to know each other long distance after we met there briefly, but it really was such an adventure, because it was the first place I'd been to that wasn't Europe or North America, that had a totally unrelated culture, a totally independent culture, a totally independent way of seeing the world, from the language. The language is a total separate language family. So the way that you speak about things, the words that you use, kind of form the thoughts in your mind. So learning Chinese kind of gave me a new way of thinking. It was really, really cool.
Yeah. How much Chinese do you speak? That's crazy.
It's been like 20 years, so it's pretty rusty now. But
you were pretty good.
不错，我会讲一点点中文，可以顶菜什么的。
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
The most important things are ordering food and directing a taxi, and haggling, of course. 3 essential skills. So for the first 5 minutes of conversation, I'm pretty strong, but after that, it goes downhill rapidly. Because you have the same conversation every time. Where are you from? What do you do? What are you doing here? How do you like China? Do you like the food? All these kinds of things. I'm sure you have the conversations in English.
It's crazy hearing like a non-British accent, completely non-British accent come out of your mouth. Like that was crazy.
The accent is the most fun part. Remembering the words is the hard part, but I enjoy doing that thing. So we got some good questions coming in. Folks, everyone who's tuned in, can you do me a favor? We've got almost 50 people watching. If you could all hit the share button on this feed and let people know that you're watching, invite them to join with us. That would be really awesome. Hit that share button right now. That would be super cool. So, we have, it's by Marcel Proust, that quote that I gave. The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. Beautiful. So there was also some more questions that came up, but I can't seem to scroll down. Somebody was asking about street concerts. I don't know if you've done any of these yet, Paul, but for the past year and a half, I've been doing these stay-home street concerts, and they're still happening. There it is.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Tips to get more neighbors involved. Well, basically, one person is all we need, one family to host, to invite me along and invite the whole block. And I will deliver to you a stack of postcards, and we'll write, you and I can write the time and date on it, say Martin is coming to our block. To get people very excited, just drop one in each at each house. And, if you can knock on the door and have a quick word with them to tell them what's happening, that always helps too. But generally the response has been really, really great. And every block I've been to, over 300 blocks now, have been super excited to have live music on their street.
Yeah.
And something that the whole family can enjoy together without having to go anywhere or pay for parking. And the drinks are cheap. So it's been a great experience. You can get in touch on Facebook or Instagram very easily to set one up. And are you into doing stuff like that this year, Paul?
Yeah, I have a few. It's crazy seeing my schedule look like it used to. In July, I'm pretty busy already. And it was actually a lot of I've done a few street concerts, and it was so much fun. People just kind of hear it and go, what is that? And they all kind of come. And
So folks, the clock has struck 10, which means our song is now live on streaming. And I would love for everybody who's tuned in right now to get their phones out. We're not going to stream the song over this feed. We want you all to find it on your own device, firstly so you can hear it better, and then so we can start give this song a real push out into the world and get a ton of streams right off the bat. So if you can find it on Spotify, if you use Spotify, or Apple Music, if you use Apple Music, or Amazon Music, YouTube Music. I know it's going to be up on Spotify right now at 10 o'clock. So that's the best bet, but it should be up on the other services as well. So I'm going to see if I can find it.
Yeah, I'm looking on your thing right now. Hey, there it is.
Feel Every Moment. It's called Feel Every Moment by Martin Kerr and Paul Woida. I haven't found it yet.
Well, I see it. It's right here. Boom.
Feel Every Moment. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, folks. Have you found it? I'm hoping everybody's found it. We're gonna synchronize watches and listen to it together. Have a little dance party right here. I'm gonna sync it up to my speaker. Okay. Let's get this going. All right. Oh, here we go.
Mine's playing too.
Okay, wicked. You can mute me if you want to listen to it.
We can hop on a train and forget all the things. Or maybe this guitar and a pack of strings. We can be whoever we want to be. I don't know where we're going, but I want to go with you. And there's nowhere you're knowing, so let's just enjoy the view.
I come in here.
Send a song to your satellite. I don't live you take a look down the sky. I want to feel it. I'm alive. I want to feel it. I want to feel it. I want to feel it. I'm alive. No one can find us even if they try.
I don't remember the words. So I can't.
Keep on moving. Will you hold me here on the mountainside?
You got to hear all these.
My legs are getting heavy, the night is moving. I don't know where we're going, but I wanna go with you. And there's no way you know it, so let's just enjoy you. Dance on to the satellite. Live here inside the light. We tingle up and down the spine. I wanna feel every moment I'm alive. I wanna feel every moment. I wanna feel every moment. I wanna feel every moment I'm alive. I wanna feel every moment. I wanna feel every moment. I wanna feel every moment I'm alive. I don't know where we're going, but I wanna go with you. And there's no way of knowing, so let's just enjoy the view. Dance on to your satellite. I don't live here inside the light. I need to tingle up and down the spine. I wanna feel every moment I'm alive. I wanna feel every moment. I wanna feel every moment. I wanna feel every moment I'm alive. I wanna feel every moment. I wanna feel every moment. I wanna feel every moment I'm alive.
Man,
Oh yeah,
like Brad and Brandon are so good.
they are so good. It was
Yeah.
fun working with them. Yeah, it was kind of the first time I worked with producers that were that hands-on. You know, not just saying, "So, what do you want it to sound like?" But they were really
Cool. Yeah,
massively
totally.
part of the process. Actually, my previous album with Ryan Stewart was co-writes with him as well, so he was super hands-on. But it was the first time I'd done four-way collaboration for sure. And you know, it wasn't. We weren't just writing a song; we were writing it and building the track at the same time. So the lyrics, the melodies, and arrangements, and all the instruments came together at once, which was kind of fun and unique.
Yeah, I think it's super like so awesome that you did that with so many different artists, so many different genres, kept it local, so many different sounds coming out of you. Like it was so sick. Like
it was a really neat stretch for me, and
I know.
Every song is quite different, but I still feel like they're me. And that was somebody asked what was the most rewarding and difficult part of the collaboration. And across the board with all 7 collaborations that I did and a few that we wrote but didn't release, the challenge for me really was allowing myself to be stretched and changed by the process of working with someone new. And taking on their influence, but also remaining true to myself and allowing my authentic spirit to come through the songs. I really feel very fulfilled and satisfied that we did both of those things.
Yeah.
How about yourself, Paul? Do you feel that there's something of you that comes through in this song? I think there is, but
oh yeah, for sure. There's that Timberlake kind of. I have the more poppy sound, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, the layering of your vocals on the chorus and the harmonies really, really gets me.
Yeah.
And I knew that we had that in common, our love of adventure and seeing new places and meeting new people. And I think that comes through in the lyrics really well. And one of the, I feel like you're a close friend, even though we haven't hung out that many times. You know, it's maybe 5 years that we've known each other now, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
What do you think we met?
I remember meeting you at that event we were playing at. It was like a charity of some sort for mental health. Do you remember that?
No, I totally don't.
I remember having dude, I remember having a chat with you, and I remember exactly what we talked about. And it was in the green room. And
yeah. That was Ken Stead organized it.
Yeah, Ken Stead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember.
When did we meet?
We had a pretty deep conversation actually, because you were going through serious heartbreak at the time.
Oh, dude, I was like, that was like my depression year. Like I was I was in hell at that show. Like I was in agony at that exact show. Like, like the worst pain. And did we meet before that though?
I don't know, but I definitely remember that conversation. We talked for a couple hours.
Martin, I remember you going. I remember you mentioning that we knew of each other, but it was like we had never talked to each other. Yeah, because I remember hearing you at the St. Albert Farmers Market.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
And we would kind of pass each other.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
And I'd always just be like,
"Get off my turf."
No, I was always like, that dude's voice is crazy. Like it's insane. Like it's perfect. Like I remember thinking that and being like, Martin Kerr. I'll remember that. Yeah.
That's cool. And I remember seeing a bunch of your looping videos on Facebook actually.
Yeah.
And when you released your video on the pirate ship of Not Yours,
that's what we talked about in the green room.
Yes, I thought that was so damn cool that you had all your friends there bopping and you had your band on the pirate ship. And it was
all Justin Wiesinger's idea.
Yeah,
it was all Justin's idea.
Yeah, and that's how I know Justin now, is from reaching out to him after that video. And Justin has done all of our behind the scenes footage for this album. So there's a clip that we can show you in a little bit here of us making this song in the studio. And Justin's done a lot of videos for me and for you in the intervening years. But yeah, I remember that conversation that we had backstage, and I felt that I met a kindred spirit, really, someone who doesn't bother with the small talk and wants to get straight to the good stuff. I have another friend who you remind me of, actually, called Andy Grammer, name drop, and I'm sure you like his music too, because
I love Andy Grammer.
And he has a song called The Good Parts, which is all about cutting through all the BS and getting straight to the, he says, show me where it hurts, show me what is real. And I really felt that from you when we first met, that you didn't know me from Adam. We had never met before, but you told me what was going on in your life, like some real deep personal heartache and struggle that you were going through. And that's the stuff that makes great songs. It's the stuff that makes great friendships. And I really appreciated that. And so when we came to write this song, Feel Every Moment, it was that kind of presence. You're one of those people that when we have a conversation, you look me straight in the eyes, and I really feel that you're all there. You're fully present, listening to me and being in that moment. And it's so easy to lose sight of that and to be constantly distracted by, obviously the things in our pockets and the other places we're supposed to be and the things we're supposed to be doing. But all we really can do is be present right now. And so I wanted to bring that spirit and that thought to the song. So hopefully the song helps people to be in the moment and enjoy what they're doing right now.
That's awesome, man.
Have we got any interesting questions coming in or comments? Don't be shy, folks, to ask us a question. Justin is behind the scenes moderating here. So Justin, if any interesting questions came up that we missed, you could highlight them for us. All right. Debs says, Will Smith. Are you tagging Will Smith? Maybe Debs is friends with Will Smith and she's sending it to him. I'm not sure. And Jay Shetty as well. Yeah, there is a kind of conscious element to this song. And I think it's something that everyone can relate to. It's one of those common threads that goes through a lot of traditions. And that's actually one thing I wanted to ask you about, Paul, because another thing that we have in common is that we're both people of faith. I know that you are inspired in your music and in your life a lot by your faith in Christ and your community and your church. And I'm very much inspired too by my faith. I'm part of the Baha'i faith. And as musicians, both of us, we want to reach people of all backgrounds. We want to reach people on a heart level, regardless of any of those names or labels or things that might make us think that we're different. And I'm wondering how you approach that challenge of taking something that's very personal to you, your relationship with Christ, and putting that that passion and those insights into songs that everybody can relate to?
Well, it's such a deep part of who I am. I can't, for me to write not from that place is to like completely, it would be like almost an exercise of writing from a different perspective as a different human. You know what I'm saying?
And have you done with that in the past, like trying to be a pop star and not say too much?
Yeah, like it was like when I kind of at first when I was going down that pop kind of vein, for sure I was going like, this isn't me, like why am I? And but
cool.
You really can do both. Like you really can, like you can tap into
I think you have to. I mean, there's definitely a place for church music and doing stuff specifically for your community. But if you have something to share with the world, then you got to find a way to share it widely, I think. Otherwise, you're just preaching to the choir.
For me, spirituality and like my faith in Jesus and all that, what it taps into, it isn't this weird ethereal removed energy. It's deep. It's like the purest, fullest form of everything. So like joy and like love and the community, brothers, peace, freedom, joy, like all that. It's like it's like it makes it bright red instead of like gray red. And so
and I think giving people a taste of those feelings through your music, even if it's abstract, is very powerful.
Well, and that I've been trying
sorry, go ahead.
I've been trying to discover that too, like how far do I go into? It's like a fine line where it's like, how far do I go into it being religious versus universally what everyone believes in and like can relate to, and it's kind of
for me. It's a good challenge as a songwriter because it's when you're part of a community, it's easy to pick up jargon that the only members of that community understand. And if you bring that into your songwriting, it can be quite alienating for people who aren't part of that community. So for me, it's a good challenge to try and to use universal metaphors and imagery that conveys the feelings and the meanings in a way that anybody can get into somehow. And just to avoid using those terms of jargon that might seem exclusive. Linda says, you knocked this one out of the park. And she said, can I use it in dance moves? Absolutely, Linda. Go crazy.
Linda! I don't see
what you come up with. Linda runs this incredible community dance studio called Dance Moves. And they get people of all backgrounds, of all experience levels, using their bodies to music and having great fun with dance. I can't recommend it highly enough. So, Linda, thanks for tuning in. And I would love to see what you and your classes can do with this song.
Quick shout out to Linda. Like, she has been such a huge supporter of me. Like, I love you so much. She would, like, whenever I'd play at Festival Place or Windsphere, she would bring out all these people, and like people like you, Linda, mean the world to artists like us. And so shout out.
Cool. Yeah, another shout out for Dance Moves from Charlene. So if you're looking for some way to get active and meet people as things start to open up again this summer, Dance Moves is a great place to connect here in Edmonton. Hopefully we've got some people tuning in from elsewhere as well. Have we got anyone from far away? Comment, drop us a comment if you're tuning in from somewhere else. Obviously me and Paul are both here in Edmonton, Alberta, but I know we have friends and fans around the world. Deb said, this song is unity and what is needed. Thank you for standing in your truth. I think it's, these experiences of music really can bring us together and find a common thread, heart to heart, that can help cut through all the nonsense. There's a lot of divisiveness on social media and in the world at large. If you can find something that brings people together, then share it. So if this song does something for you, then please do share the link with some friends, and hopefully it'll make them smile, make their day better.
That is like the thing I miss the most about singing live for people, is it just like has this ability to make everybody just be like one, and like
literally moving to the same beat, and your breathing and your heartbeat starts to synchronize, and you have this experience of being like one body. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like everyone disagrees about everything, and then for that moment, everyone is agreeing. They're
Yeah.
just like agreeing with like, this is awesome. Like people are awesome, and we can all like enjoy this moment. And I miss that the most. That's my favorite thing about singing.
Yeah, totally. And I really believe the world needs more music, and not just from performers, more music from people participating, from everybody joining in and singing and dancing together. To me, that's the most powerful thing. And like you say, it makes people feel like they agree, and they really do. They're all vibing to the same idea and the same melody and the same rhythm, and then you feel powerful. You tap into the power of doing things together. And we got such big problems in the world right now that cannot be solved by individuals, no matter how many billions of dollars they have to their name. The only way we can solve global problems is by people who are very different finding those points of connection and working together as one. And, you know, it's often said that diversity is our strength, but only if we found those points of connection first and we don't let our differences divide us, you know. And there's way too much focus on all the things that divide us right now. We can come to those later after we figured out the things that we agree on and what we're going to do together.
Like, there's no doubt that, man, we're saving the world right now, bro. Me and you, right here.
Just ourselves maximum credit.
Like,
little song.
To me, like the ultimate thing is people have to learn to disagree peacefully. We have to learn to disagree well with one another, because you're never ever going to agree. And I could go deep into a lot of that, but that's another thing I did all year. I just spent learning stuff. It was like I don't know, and so like I'm so like philosophical. Like my whole family, my dad, and we're deep thinkers, and but yeah, that's it.
Okay. Linda says, "Oh, you make the world a better place. Currently dancing to your other great song, Staring at the Ceiling. I will send you a link to the classes so you can dance with us." Awesome. That's so cool. Thank you, Linda. And Bryce says, "Great job on the song. Well composed." Thank you. Are you a musician too, Bryce? Let us know in the comments. That's such a nice comment. Thank you, Linda. And Deb
you can always tell when you're playing live, the musicians who are watching. Like the musicians watch a certain way. They're like analyzing. They're like, like, and they come up. I'm like, "You're a guitar player, aren't you?"
Deb says that you have some retreats going on to do with the arts. Deb is a wonderful artist and photographer and a kind of community builder. She brings people together from around the world, online and locally, to collaborate through the arts, which is really cool. So if you have something to invite people to, Deb, feel free to post it in the comments, and you can connect with her on Facebook if you'd like to find out more about what she does. She uses art for connection and for healing, and it's really powerful and beautiful. And there's someone from North Africa in the house. You know, I grew up with a map on my wall, and every night before we went to sleep, my dad would quiz me on different continents and the capitals.
I was wondering how you knew the world so well. Like, you know the world so well. I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah,
we were having a conversation. We were having a conversation at Justin's house about a thing that you know. I don't want to say it out loud, but do you remember?
Yes. No, that was in the pool at the hot springs.
In the pool, but it continued. We were talking about flight plans. It was a flat Earth conversation, and we were talking about flight plans, and you were saying all the parts of the Earth. I was just like, how do you know the Earth so well?
That was a real gift my dad gave to me. Because he was a first generation Baha'i, and a lot of people here probably don't know about the Baha'i faith, but that's my faith that I was raised in and still try to practice. And the most fundamental principle of the Baha'i faith is that the earth is one country and mankind are its citizens, that we are one family and we have to act as if we are. And so to grow up with this idea that the whole world is my home was a really liberating thing. Not that there are, you know, foreign places that are scary, but this whole world is out there for me to explore, and the people in the world are my family that I haven't met yet. And so I always wanted to meet them all. And to go to all these places and imagine what it would be like and try their foods and sing their songs and learn their dances. I hope to give my kids some of those experiences too. And what a privilege for me to grow up with that consciousness, but also with the opportunity to travel, growing up in a place like Britain with a British passport and parents who had a little extra money to take us traveling. We didn't have all the best toys, but we went on some pretty cool trips, even if it meant sleeping in the back of the car at the side of the road, which we did many times around Europe. And that's probably the best thing about my childhood, was all the places that I got to see. Thank you, Charlene. An uplifting conversation. That is what I like to hear. And I can't wait to have some uplifting conversations in person, folks, because it's been way too long since I saw most of you. We do have some live shows coming up, which is really exciting, because apart from these Stay Home Street concerts, it's been a long, long, long time since we had any big shows in venues. And do you have anything coming up that you want to tell people about, Paul?
No, not yet. I have a bunch of things coming, but it's not time to announce anything.
If you're not already connected with Paul, please follow him on Facebook and Instagram. And he's got some really cool stuff in the pipeline that he's not quite ready to tell you about yet.
No, I've been saying so many things for years, and they don't come into fruition. So I try to wait until it's set, and then I go, now I can say it. I'm sure you've been there. Like, yeah.
Karen says, please come to Red Deer. I am coming to Red Deer very soon, in a couple of weeks, I think. Connect with Montana Bolton. And are you talking to Paul? Maybe she's talking to Paul. Maybe she already knows I'm coming to Red Deer.
Yeah. I love Red Deer.
Charlene says, your Jubilee concert tickets are on my fridge. Yes, I had a show scheduled for the Jubilee Auditorium last November 27th, and it got postponed, but it's still happening. September 17th. It's a Friday night. There's a few tickets left on my website, music.com, or at the Jubilee website, or Ticketmaster. So September 17th at the Jubilee. There's about 200 tickets left, so it's like over 90% sold out. And we're going to be doing all of these songs. I'm really hoping that Paul delays his trip. He's planning some trips.
I haven't said my trip yet. You gave it away. I'm just kidding. That's the thing I wasn't announcing.
Okay. But yeah, you might have some trips coming up. I'm hoping that it gets delayed so you can play that show with me, because I would love to do
that would be fun. Yeah. How many are you planning on getting as many people up there as you can from the project, or you don't know?
Yeah, as many as possible.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to do all the songs from the collaborations album, and if there's one or two people we know that can't make it, so we'll just get them subbed in.
Make me a projection, like
yeah, we could just film you like singing your parts and put you on a massive screen at the back. That would be wicked. Karen is asking where I'm playing. I'm playing at Martella Bolton's house, Woodley House Concerts. You've seen me there before, Karen. So connect with Martella, and you can come see me. I don't even know what the date is. It's in my calendar somewhere. Chrissa has tickets too for the Jube on September 17th. And I have another live show coming up that I'm equally as excited about. It's going to be quite different, which is Martin Kerr Under the Stars with the Secret Chamber.
Yeah.
It's going to be at Gallagher Park on the ski hill, one of the hills where the Folk Fest usually happens at that time of year. It's not happening this year, obviously. But the ski club has generously lent me their hill for the evening, and the Folk Fest have lent me a stage, and the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra have lent me a chamber orchestra of their musicians. It's going to be a magical night, and
so cool.
To get to connect with you all. There's room for 1,000 people. I think we've sold about 400 tickets already in the first week, so you can hop on the website martinkermusic.com or find it on Eventbrite. To get those tickets. They come in a group of 6 because each cohort gets their own little pod or zone. So you don't have to know exactly who the 6 people are right now. You can change the names up until the day of the show. Oh, and there's the link. Okay. Martin, I think next time you come to the Irish Club, Paul should join you for a few songs. I haven't been to the Irish Club in ages. You would be great at the Irish Club, Paul, if you ever fancy playing, for a real music-loving crowd.
Oh yeah,
I love your stuff.
I love those clubs that just live and die for like live music. Those like the moments I feel
totally into it.
Yeah.
So Yvette, maybe you can connect with Paul online and invite him along.
In case anyone's wondering why I'm always squinting, it's because I don't have my glasses on, and so I'm reading the comments, and so
You haven't had LASIK yet, Paul?
I'm going to.
Okay.
It's going to. Have you?
I got it, 7 years ago. It just came up in my Facebook memories.
So it's not all natural.
No. I used to wear glasses, but it was super annoying when I was performing that always slipped down
Oh
my
my
nose.
gosh. Like,
And contacts are no good either because playing late at night, your eyes get so dry. And
why do they look so crooked right now?
maybe
But like, this is how I always am around the house. I'm always wearing glasses, and whenever I wear glasses in public, people are like, "Who is that?" But
you're like Clark Kent.
I am.
It's Paul Woida. Da, 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 da.
Amazing. And so I have to do this now. Everyone's like, "Oh, Paul," but like, I can't stand wearing glasses. Like,
really? Yeah, it is annoying when you're active, if you're doing sports.
Contacts are horrible. So yeah,
the worst when you're doing like a 6-hour busking gig in the blazing sun and you've got your factor 60 on, and then the sweat and something mixture starts to drip into your eyes under your contact lenses. That is the definition of discomfort right there.
Oh my gosh!
I'm very glad that I don't have to wear those anymore.
I know it's gonna happen. Like, so yeah, I don't know. It's gonna happen though. I don't know when, but.
Well, folks,
that's amazing.
My kids are trying to sleep and I'm talking way too loud, and Tara's wondering when I'm coming up. So I think we're going to wrap it up here. It's been really great to connect with you, Paul.
You too, my man.
I'm so glad this song is finally out. We finished it quite a while ago. We've been waiting for summer to put it out because it's such a perfect summer song for driving, for adventures with your best friends. And I hope that all of you have great adventures this summer, whether you go near or far, even if it's just, round the block or down the river valley, enjoying the beauty of being with your loved ones, being outside and connecting with the moment. And I hope you feel it all, and feel your feelings, folks. Let them flow. And please share this song, whatever platform you use. If you can do all the things, save it, share it, like it, love it, whatever you can do. Let those magical algorithm fairies know that like this song. And honestly, in the first couple of days are crucial. If the song does well in the first couple of days, playlists may pick it up. And playlists, especially on Spotify these days, are the biggest radio stations in the world. They put this song in front of millions of people around the world. And people I've never met in all kinds of far-flung countries can hear this song if they like the kind of music that you like. And so that's the wonder of it. And every like and share that you give the song right now is going to help the song travel around the world. And wouldn't that be cool? So thanks for tuning in. And I really hope to see you soon in person. Thank you so much, Paul, for making this song with me, for being a good friend. And I wish you all the best in your next adventures. And I hope that we cross paths many times.
Oh, yeah, we will. No doubt.
Okay, we're going to now just play you the little behind-the-scenes video that we made in the studio. So, Justin, if you can hit that for us, that would be really awesome.
What we're doing with Paul today just makes me feel good, and that's what I wanted out of doing a collaboration with Paul. And when I go to his shows, there's just a really positive energy that he brings to the stage, and you feel that in the crowd as well. So we've been friends for a few years now, and we've played shows together, and when I'm busy I recommend Paul, and when he's busy he recommends me to do shows. So we've helped each other out a bit, and I really love his style. He reminds me a bit of Justin Timberlake, and I think we've got a bit of that feel on this track. It feels like a good traveling song, a good driving song, and it's a song about adventure. And that's one of my favourite things, is to see new places and meet new people and try new things. And I think that the feeling of that comes through on this song. It's called Feel Every Moment. I want to feel every moment I'm alive. And I really get that from Paul. When you talk to Paul, you really see that he's in the moment. He's really listening to you, he's really present, and I wanted to bring that feeling into a song. I think we captured it really well.
Just enjoy the view.
I really appreciate all your comments. Oh, we're back. There's a button that says leave, but I don't know if that ends the video, if that just leaves you alone with Paul. And I'm sure there's lots of people who would like to be alone with you, Paul. I think we're counting on Justin, our behind the scenes guy here, to end the video for us. Thank you for tuning in, folks. You can hit share on this video, you can hit share on the song, and get this out to as many people as possible. But more than that, please enjoy it, and be good to each other. Hope to see you again soon.